know there's thousands of people all over this country currently stricken with violent and explosive diarrhea, and all due respect and well wishes to them, but it does not have shit on what came out of Donald Trump's mouth tonight. I expected election denial. I expected made-up bullshit. I expected everything he said tonight, just like everybody else in this country with an IQ over room temp. What I did not expect was just how goddamn stupid it was all gonna be. He thinks we're all as dumb as he is, and if you believe a single word of the fucking drivel that came out of his mouth tonight, maybe he's right. Because let's get one thing straight. Everything he said tonight, the political interference from China, and the deep state withholding information, and those burn bags that he would not stop prattling about, and every other bullshit claim that came out of his cricket throat tonight, happened when he was president.
Right.
So for all you Trump humpers that have claimed for years about how he was the best president ever, and everything around him was bulletproof, and nobody would ever dare try pull one over on him, which is it? Either he got cucked by China and the deep state and his own FBI and his own DOJ and his own CIA, or he's a lying motherfucker that knows he's going to get his ass handed to him like a hat in November.
Can't wait.
You have to pick one, motherfucker. And the choice seems pretty clear to me. This is the death rattle of an administration that knows it's so they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. That and him for thinking we're dumb enough to believe him. This is all bullshit. And it will not stop the tidal wave in November.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again. Starting on day one of my new administration, we will end inflation and we will make America affordable again.
Your man is a liar. 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 He literally has not fulfilled one promise.
Start a war, I'm going to stop wars.
I didn't guarantee no war. Why would I have built the strongest military in the world? When you say I promised, I didn't promise anything.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
The Trump administration is shutting down an LGBTQ suicide prevention hotline.
I'm very pro-choice.
I'm pro-life and I'm a very good Christian. For Christians, I love you Christians. I'm a Christian.
I'm not Christian.
I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote.
This is our first Jewish president. It's true. Now he's the first Jewish president.
We're going to help the people of Gaza get some food. People are starving, and we're going to help them get some food. A lot of people.
We love Israel. We will fight for Israel 100%, 1,000%.
Yo, your man crooked as hell,
Mentioned
bro.
her being looked at very seriously for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein, but they were with him all the time. I wasn't.
I was in the game. I've been on the other side all my life, and they have a lot of control over our politicians. And I would say that favorably. And I'm not sure if there's another system, but I'll say this: I am not accepting any money from anybody. Nobody has control of me other than the people.
Now, I don't know about y'all, friends, but the last 365 days underneath Hamburger Hitler have felt a whole lot like 15 long-ass decades to me. I thought about doing a little breakdown of all the evil shit Dementia Don and his dumbass brigade have done since he took office, but, well, then I realized I was only one dude and I would still be standing here talking at the start of 2027, so instead I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
Those that support this shit have to show for it as a red hat, a higher grocery bill, and a quality of life that is going down by the second. So, I'm going to go ahead and ask you a little question real quick. Are we great yet? Y'all have you a wonderful day, or at least the one you voted for.
Hey, I'm going to say this, bro, because I think people tend to misinterpret. I don't want nobody to live a miserable life, bro. You can not like me, that's fine. I don't wish nobody live a miserable life, bro. I want everybody to be able to live a peaceful life. And we'll live a peaceful life once this guy is gone. I'm not saying it'll be 1,000% better, but it'll be way better. Way better.
I'm not saying I was 100% thrilled with the contractor, but the contractor was rushing. We wanted to get it open for July 4th, and we got it done. And by the way, I didn't know the contractor. Everyone said the contractor. I didn't know the contractor. But when it was completed...
But he said he knew the contractor.
Perfect. I said, you know, Doug, I have a guy who's unbelievable at doing swimming pools. I'm going to send my contractor over and take a look. He looked at it. He called me up. He said, sir, we can do something on it. We have a color. It's called American Flag Blue. I said, that's the color I like. He talked me into it very easily.
I mean, the lies, it's just a lot of lies.
It is.
From 1 month to another.
I can't believe there are still people who are hardcore MAGA claiming that Trump made America great. Nigga, how? Best president of my lifetime? Well, your lifetime sucked. Work with me. I'm trying to find the great part.
Right.
Is it the egg prices?
Nope.
Is it the gas?
Nope.
No. Apparently America's great, but my wallet filed for unemployment. Gas, groceries, and rent. Everything going up, but my paycheck. Excellent strategy. I guess the definition of great has changed without my knowledge. What does great mean now? Because this shit ain't great. This shit is fucked.
Hey, check out these numbers. Everything that Mr. Orange called Joe Biden, he sort of turned into. You called him Sleepy Joe, you're Sleepy Trump. You called his family the Joe Biden crime family, and now we got the Trump crime family. I mean, it seems like you were projecting your future self on Joe Biden. That's what it seemed like to me, Mr. Orange. You are the worst president ever. Check the numbers. It's the facts. So, MAGA, can y'all please stop pretending like he's so great? I'm sure you guys can transpose numbers, and y'all can read that. Green, good. Red, bad.
I would say this, bro. If you still far right, if you on the right at all, bro, you just a loser at this point. It's pathetic, bro.
You needed the DOJ to tell you that Donald Trump was lying about people diving into the reflecting pool with knives and carving mass gashes across it? You needed the DOJ to tell you that our pedophile Fuhrer, pathological, lying, fat bastard child rapist was lying? Are you fucking dead ass? Are we dead ass? Oh my god.
Hey, maggots. Are we great yet? No wonder why he said he loves the poorly educated. And that's a quote that he said. He likes the poorly educated. Because people with a brain who have taken basic 101 economics would have never put him in office. And we were trying to tell you. People told you over and over. Experts told you over and over. Now look, the party of fiscal responsibility has exploded the budget, exploded the deficit.
Facts.
Sending more money to other countries, which should be going to our citizens.
Facts.
People's medical premiums is unbelievable right now. If you are looking to renew your stuff, it's ridiculous. That's happened in December. The cost of it, you wouldn't imagine. So just go look it up. Children will go hungry. Hundreds of thousands of people have been laid off, furloughed, and not being paid. People are losing their farmlands that have had it for decades. Why? So J.D. Vance can come and other big corporations can come and buy it up for pennies on a dollar. The interest rates for houses is ridiculous right now. The rents is astronomical that people are spending upwards of 70 to 80% of their pay on rent alone. People's mortgages is going up because of proper taxes is going up. Are we great? Yet? But we have billions of dollars to give to ICE to snatch people up off the streets. And
they have billions of dollars.
Homes and zip-tied children. People are going to die via starvation in this country. The military has been weaponized against its own citizens in this country. People are invading. The military are invading our own cities. Are we great? What has gone down? Absolutely nothing. Everything is still up. People are losing their jobs. The unemployment rate is rising. But the rich is getting richer. You are closer to the poor than being a millionaire. A bracket that you will never get to. Most of us will never get to. But you are voted to allow them to do whatever they want. Wreck shop through the government.
Bro.
And take all of our money.
Right.
This country is on the verge of collapse. I'm going to put it like this, on the verge of bankruptcy, being that the man sitting in that office went bankrupt, filed for bankruptcy 6 times, who had everything handed to him. He didn't grow up poor. He didn't grow up on a system. His daddy left him money.
Daddy stole.
Your daddy can't afford to leave you no money. Can't afford a life insurance policy.
Right.
Are we great? Education, disaster. Special education finna be taken away and defunded. Are we great? People are getting the measles again. So now you're putting millions and millions of people at risk. And not only liberals get sick.
Right.
Are we great?
Trump is a cult leader, and it should be absolutely no surprise that he appeals to the more ignorant and hateful part of our country, because people who lack critical thinking skills and who are hateful of other people are so much more easy to control. Because guess what? It is so much easier to think that the problems in our country lay within the immigrant population, lay within any of the minorities, lay within anything outside of the government itself. But he has done such a good job convincing more than half of this country, it seems, that the problem lies everywhere outside of us. That there's nothing that we're doing as a country that's incorrect and is causing the immense pain that most people are going through. But instead, he's convinced the ignorant and the hateful that, the immigrants are the problem. The immigrants are the reason that you can't have a good living wage. The immigrants are the reason why food prices are going up. The immigrants are why you can't get a good home for a good price. Like, how does any of this make sense? It doesn't make sense, right? And that's exactly why these people follow him. Blindly support him, blindly follow him. Like, anytime, and I have people who I know support Trump, and every time I speak to them about, oh, look at what he did, XYZ, it's like, oh, but he wants to get the immigrants out, but he wants to make our country a better place. Right. Show me in the last 5 months how Trump has made this country a better place. He hasn't. Because I can name a million of how he's made this country worse.
I am forewarning you. You need to fucking sit down for this one. I'm serious, and you need to grab a Trump supporter.
This segment, I had to cut it. This is a long-ass segment. I'll leave the link in the description. I cut this in half. She's just naming all of the stuff that he done took money from. Let's go.
To this. Trump is seeking to pay for his new $1.5 trillion military budget by cutting the following. $510 million grants for farmers, $82 million loans for rural small businesses, fully eliminates that program. $61 million support for farmers, fully eliminated. $240 million school meal and food education. $659 million community building grants. $49 million support for minority-owned businesses, fully eliminated. $449 million economic development grants for communities. $1.6 billion weather forecasting, fisheries, and coastal protection. NOAA, the program they already cut, which has led to a shit ton of people dying over these weather events. $993 million scientific research and technology standards. $150 million support for American exports and trade. $2.2 billion broadband internet access in rural areas where farmers are and underprivileged people are, and they don't have access to the internet. $8.5 billion funding for public schools at a time when all our tax dollars are going to these goddamn voucher programs to rich kids. $1.5 billion vocational training programs, fully eliminated. Training that's needed because everybody's losing their jobs over AI. $2.7 billion college access and higher education support. $15.2 billion roads, bridges, and infrastructure projects. Contractors who own businesses. If you voted for Trump, this means you getting less money awarded for bids. You're not going to get them. $1.1 billion home energy efficiency and clean energy programs fully eliminated at a time when fuel prices are skyrocketing. $1.1 billion scientific research funding. We're going backwards. $386 million environmental cleanup programs. Look at the environmental disasters we're doing overseas, bombing all these oil refineries. $150 million cutting edge clean energy research. $4 billion help paying home heating and cooling bills for low income families. Fully eliminated. $5 billion public health programs, mental health services, and disease prevention. Shit? Look at how many people died already with the recent listeria outbreak. $775 million local anti-poverty programs, fully eliminated. $5 billion medical research. Think of all the people with cancer waiting for the next treatment that can save their lives. $129 million healthcare quality and safety research. $756 million emergency preparedness and disaster response. $1.3 billion.
If he cut all of that, which he did, this is factual. He cut all of that and we're worse off. How does that happen? Right? If he's finding all of the fraud and he cut all of that, why are we worse? Why is everything so expensive now? Listen, bro, I'm going to say what I said before. We would not be in this position if people actually reap the consequences for how they vote. People are so used to living in we had 8 good years with Obama. You can agree or disagree all you want. The numbers are there. The job report is there. Even for you quote unquote individuals that like to say, well, the immigrants, Obama deported legally and rightfully more immigrants than Trump. He's done a better job at the thing that you wanted than Trump has. He's done a better job. And you, like, bro, we would not be in this situation if people actually reap the consequences for how they vote. I honestly feel most people, I would say there would probably been maybe 10% of the American population that would have really voted for him, even the racists, had they known that they have consequences for their voting. That is the problem. People are too used to, I never understood how you have these far right wingers that live in blue states. If you believe in embellishing all that, why are you living in a blue state as a far righter? You should be living in a red state. That's my belief. No, you live in a blue state because you reap the benefits of a democratic blue state. That's why. So, but America has given you guys the freedom to stand on one side and vote for the other. So you can live in a blue state and have right-wing ideals and vote against your own interests and not receive the consequences for it because you living in a blue state. All of y'all Trump supporters should be in rural Arkansas, Tennessee. Y'all should be there. Y'all should not be in blue states. Now, people say, well, you can say the reverse for Democrats. Not really. Most people that are Democratic that live in red states have not had the opportunity to leave. A lot of generational black families that migrated, from Texas to California or whatever the case may be. A lot of people still have their roots down there. That's all they know. I'm only up here by way of my grandmother wanting to come north for another job. So that's how those democratic cities and democratic ideals in red states became a thing. But if you, as a far righter in New York State, California, why are you in those states? You should be where your ideals lie. We know why. But again, this is the first time in history where we're actually receiving the consequences for how the American people voted. And it's all of us together. He has enriched himself I think it's higher than that, something $1 billion, but cut the funding to all this shit. He said, Google it. We're going to have so much money coming in from everything, We're supposed to be receiving checks monthly. That's what he said. The problem is, right, and I'm not going to make this a tangent about him, it's the false promises and people voting irresponsibly. Now, I'm going to get, which I always do, but people can't never defend their position. If that's the case, what has he done to improve anything yet? She just listed damn near 100 things. And I cut that video into a third. I'm sorry. I didn't cut it in half. I cut it into a third. From all of the things he slashed. But he done spent more than $300 million on golfing already. We're trying to find a fraud. They had one case of fraud in Minnesota and it was a white woman leading the Somalians. We would not be here if people actually reap the consequences of their actual voting. And this is the first time in American history where we're actually, that I know, right? I can't say going all the way back to George Washington in them days, but this is the first time that we're actually reaping the consequences for how people voted. And we're all on the same ship together. It is what it is, man. Y'all voted for Hamburger Hitler, not me. Ayo Battle TV, like, comment, share. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.